Yes, thank you, everyone.
Go ahead, Catherine.
Yeah, so we'll start with introductions of ourselves. My name is Catherine Charles. I am a program planner on the partner programs and offers team and have been working very closely with Shreyas on Insights, our
Great.
new dashboard and partner center.
Excellent. Great. Thank you, Catherine. I'm Shreyas. I'm a, lead program manager in the Partner Center engineering team, and I'm looking forward to interacting with all of you today. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay. Um, on the agenda is an overview of Insights. Then Shreyas will walk through a really great and thorough demo of what Insights is and the capabilities that are in Insights. Then we'll open up the session for Q&A.
Perfect.
So we just like to acknowledge all of our partners. You have all invested heavily in building your business around Microsoft, and we like to understand your experience using Insights in the new dashboard, but also share what Insights is. So as an overview, Insights is our new reporting dashboard that provides a unified view of data across your MPN organizational hierarchy, spanning different partner programs, licensing models, and products. And quickly, we'll just go over the advantages of Insights. First, Insights provides rich interactive reports and visualizations for better monitoring on a partner built to scale. Secondly, there are two new roles in Partner Center associated with Insights to help help manage employee access to the reports. These new roles are the Executive Report Viewer and Report Viewer. And then finally, Insights is not a static dashboard. There will be future enhancements and capabilities such as machine learning based recommendations. So as you use Insights, please look forward to the updates in the future. And now I'll pass it over to Shreyas for the demo.
Great. Thank you, Catherine. Good morning, everyone, again. So today, I'm not sure how many of you have been using Partner Center Insights. This has been around for about 4 or 5 months right now. It's still in beta because we are still evolving capabilities here and we're adding a bunch of capabilities to this as we speak. And the goal is this is going to be the sole hub in Partner Center for all of the partner analytic needs. So in some sense, this is the beginning of a journey. We still have a long way to go, but at least the vision is that if you're a partner, if you need to consume analytics, you should be doing so from Partner Center, and Insights eventually will evolve to be the hub for all your analytics needs. So you might be consuming analytics from the My Insights portal today. You might have seen the notifications that the My Insights portal is on its way to get deprecated by end of this month. So all of the capabilities will be available in Partner Center in a much richer and much more evolved format. So today what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a glimpse since we have about 20 minutes and we are also open to taking any questions. So I will just spend about 20 minutes or I'll just give you a walkthrough of some of the reports. I'll not be able to go through all the reports in great detail, but there is a rich suite of reports that we have as part of the Insights Hub, as you can see in the left nav here. So I'll just quickly give you an overview of what each report is, and we'd encourage you to go back and play around and come back to us with any feedback. So let me start. So if you're an MPN partner, so when you log in into Partner Center with your MPN account, you will actually see an hub on the left side, and it's going to be called as Insights Beta. So Catherine called out that there are two roles that have been introduced from within Partner Center to make sure that only the right members of your organization have access to data sets. So there are two roles. It's called a report viewer and an executive report viewer. So if you're a user who's a report viewer or an executive report viewer in your organization, you will see this Insights Hub within Partner Center. So what is the difference between these two roles? So if you're a user who needs access to all data, including revenue data and employee personal information, then we'd recommend that you get added as an executive report viewer. But if you're a user who just needs limited access, who just needs to see subscription usage or certain product usage metrics, but don't really need access to revenue data or even employee personal information, then you could be a report viewer and then you could view these reports. So that's the access pattern for the reports that you're going to see today. So as I called out, there are a bunch of reports that are part of this hub here, and we are planning to evolve these over the next few months as we speak. So let me get started and let me go into them one by one. So the first dashboard is an overview dashboard. The goal of this dashboard is to give you an all-up view of your business. So you might be a partner who's operating across with various customers, who's selling multiple products, multiple cloud products. You might be selling through various licensing channels. You might be a CSP partner, EA partner, direct partner, and you might be interacting with a bunch of customers. So this set of reports aims to give you like a 360-degree view of your business performance. And the overview dashboard is like your landing page, and you will see a bunch of summary metrics here and the detailed reports that will follow. So today what we have in the overview page is it gives you a glimpse of your customers, how much Azure consumed revenue you're driving, how many subscriptions you're managing, how many of them are active, and how your customers are distributed across various markets, how your subscriptions are distributed across various markets, and how your licenses are distributed across markets. You can drill down deeper into a particular country and look at some metadata around that. And there is a trend of customers, and there are gives you a breakup of subscriptions by the products that you might be managing. Today the products we support are Office, Dynamics, Power BI, EMS, and Azure, and we will be adding support for more products as we speak. Then there's an ACR revenue trend and a license dashboard, which gives you a breakup of the licenses across various products. So all the data you see here. So the goal of this is to give you like an executive summary. This page is being revamped as we speak. So over the next couple of months, you'll see a lot more interesting data points show up on this particular page, like your top customers. And if you're a CSP indirect provider, like your top resellers, we'll show you some more revenue metrics and a bunch of enhancements on this page over the next couple of months. So you should watch out for enhancements on this page over the next couple of months. The next dashboard is like a customer's dashboard. The goal of this particular dashboard is to give you an all-up view of how your customers are performing. So across all these reports, we give a bunch of date filters. Like you could see data for your last 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, or you could select like a custom date range. And we also support a rich set of filters because we understand that you might have various business needs at different points in time. So we give you a bunch of filters by which you can filter this data. So there is allow you to filter by products. So you might be involved in managing various products for your customers. So you can break down by product. You can break down by customer markets. You can break down by partner attributions. So you could be a TPOR or a fast track partner, or you might have a PAL attribution for certain subscriptions. So you can view data based on those attribution types. And you might be a partner who has various locations, like you have a global MPN ID and various location MPN IDs. And if you have the right role set up, you can access data across all these various partner locations, or you can restrict access to specific partner locations, and you can filter data by those locations. Then we allow you to break up data by sales channels. So you might be selling through the CSP channel or EA or direct, and so we just allow you to break up all the data that you see in all these reports by the sales channels. And we also have some form of customer segmentation. So we pivot all this data by various customer segments, and some of the options are what you see here. And depending on what data shows up in your account, you will see these filters populate differently. So that is one key concept that is standard across all these reports. So and I already talked about the date range filter. So let me spend a few minutes on this customers dashboard. So the customers dashboard aims to give you an all-up view of your customers. So like a month-on-month trend of your customers, how many of them are active, how many were added, how many are churned, and there are definitions that you can hover over and see for each of these metrics. Then we break down the customers by various geographies in terms of active customers and new customers. Then we give you a glimpse of how you've been adding or losing customers on a month-on-month basis. So this is like a trend chart where we give you a month-on-month trend of your existing customers, churn customers, and new customers. So you could just play around and you can actually go and access and kind of figure out which month is doing better than the other and things like that. So then customer distribution across partner segment, partner locations, customer segments, pricing models, then customer breakdown by products, then customer distribution trend by segments, partner locations, and active customer trend. So as you might have noticed, all this is aggregate data that you're seeing here. But having said that, I'm sure you might you might be wondering, hey, how do I get the raw data for all of this? Say if I added 25 customers this month, I need to know who are those customers, or who are the customers who are in each geography, or how much revenue each of them is driving, right? So we have rich data export capability. So you see a small icon here that says, hey, if you want to download the raw data for all of this, we take you to a download reports hub, and then you can actually just click on generate. And as you click on generate for a particular time frame of your choice, you will see that that report gets generated here in TSV format. You can just drag this into Excel and do any kind of analysis that you need. So for all the reports that you see within Partner Center Insights today, this raw data export capability is going to show up, which basically means that you are going to have the raw underlying data for all of these reports today. And everything that I'm showing you as of now is already available to you. So you just need to log into the right Partner Center account for your organization and get the right role, and you will start seeing these functionalities. So moving forward, this next report is what we are just about launched a couple of days back, and this is called as the Reseller Performance Report. So if you're a CSP indirect provider and you need to know how your resellers are performing, your indirect resellers are performing, this is your report that's going to give you that data. We give you trends of active resellers, transacting resellers, new resellers, and how much revenue these resellers have been driving. This is a test account and test data, so it just gives you an indication of the kind of data that you might see in your dashboard. Then split of resellers by geography, new resellers in terms of active resellers, new resellers, and the revenue that they are driving. Again, you can drill down into a particular geography and look up the data as per your needs. And then there is like a trend of how many resellers you added on a month-on-month basis, how many are churning, and how many are existing. Then we give you a trend of your top resellers across various products and how much revenue each of them are driving, and a glimpse of the performance trend of your resellers by revenue, by subscriptions and licenses, and the various products that they might break down into, and split of your resellers by partner locations and geographical distribution trends. So a bunch of data that might be of interest to you. So we encourage you to play around and come back and give us feedback. And there's also another table that we have included, which is about the MPA signing status. So as you might have heard, MPA, the Microsoft Partner Agreement, needs to be enforced for all the CSP indirect resellers. And this is a report that might help your indirect or the CSP indirect providers to go and enforce MPA signing on the resellers that they might be working with. So that's the resellers. And as I called out, there is raw data that you can export to go and analyze this data further. So there's another concept I want to introduce you to, and we encourage you to use this and give us feedback. So across every report, you will see a widget, which is like a feedback widget. So if you like something, please give us a thumbs up, so we know that, hey, this particular widget is something that you like. Or if you dislike something, then we encourage you to click on the dislike button there on that specific chart and give us feedback and tell us more about why you felt something was wrong there. So it could be like your data was not fresh, or you felt some data was missing, or you just enter some verbatim feedback and things like that, and you just press submit. And this feedback actually comes directly to us, and we monitor feedback and we use it to kind of understand how what charts are being used well and what is not. And this also helps us understand what improvements we need to make to these reports. So we highly encourage you to use these feedback widgets that you will see across every single chart along the insights in the Insights Hub, and give us feedback so that we know what you think. So moving forward, there's a detailed report on subscriptions. Basically, this report aims to give you a detailed breakdown of the various subscriptions that you might be managing, and the breakdown of subscriptions across various products, along with month-on-month trends and geographical distribution of subscriptions, followed by the breakdown of subscriptions by SKUs. So if you're interested in knowing that, hey, what SKUs of Office are doing well for me, or let me just go take a deeper look at how the which SKU of Azure is like giving me or is getting added on a month-on-month basis. So you can break down or pick up a particular SKU and just look at how that particular SKU has been trending for all of the products that we manage today, which is Office, Power BI, EMS, Dynamics, and Azure. So there's also like a breakdown of subscriptions by partner location, sales channels, SKUs, and attach types, and breakdown of subscriptions by states. And we give you some basic trends month-on-month trends of various products and the subscriptions that are associated with them. Again, the same set of filters apply here, so we encourage you to play around based on your business needs. Moving forward, there is a detailed report on Azure usage, which gives you a breakdown of how your Azure subscriptions are being used by your customers, and what's the ACR, or the Azure consumed revenue, that is being driven by your customers. So again, you will see the ACR or other revenue metrics only if you're an executive report viewer. Otherwise, you will just see the other metrics here. But the summary of this report is it gives you a detailed breakdown of Azure usage. And there are two ways in which you can measure Azure usage. One is by the Azure consumed revenue, as what we call as ACR, and you will be able to break that down by the various services that Azure might provide that you might be managing for your customers. Or another way to measure Azure usage is by the what we call as meta categories. So you could select a particular meta category, and here are examples of meta categories, and then measure usage of your Azure subscriptions by these various meta categories. So there is a geographical breakdown, and there is also like a month-on-month trend based on Azure consumed revenue, broken down by services, and Azure usage that is broken down by meter categories. And if you download the raw data around this, you're going to get subscription level drill down data in terms of what subscription is maxing out, or rather is using what service, and what is the usage on that particular subscription for that particular SKU of Azure. So we'd encourage you to download the raw data sets here for a deeper analysis, and you will be able to figure out, hey, which customers are actually using what services, and what's the month-on-month usage trends on them, and things like that. So that's the Azure usage report, which is one of the most popularly used reports in this hub today. So there's also a detailed breakdown, a report on the license usage, which is basically for the license-based products, which is basically Dynamics EMS, Power BI, and Office 365. And this is a breakdown of the various license ads by the SKUs for these products. And there are some enhancements coming on this page where the metrics themselves are changing. So in a couple of months, you will see this page evolving as well, and showing more data points. Then the next couple of reports is what will show up in the left nav under what you call as the organization skills hub. So here the goal of this particular set of reports. So we have two reports. One is a training report, and one is the MS Learn report, or the Microsoft Learn report. So you might have various employees in your organizations who are taking various trainings. And by trainings, I'm referring to certifications or assessments or examinations, right? And you might want to track the number of certifications or number of assessments or exams taken up by your employees, because this helps in two ways. This helps upskill your own organization, and in addition to that, some of these also accrue to competencies. Like you might be striving to get to a gold competency or a silver competency for a particular area, and these skills help you get there. So the goal of this report is to give you an all-up view of the trainings that your employees might be taking. So it gives a breakdown of the individuals who have taken certifications, assessments, and examinations, and with month-on-month trends. So here is like a month-on-month trend of how many certifications, assessments, and examinations have been taken up in your partner organization, and how many individuals have taken them, and similarly for assessments and examinations. And again, as I called out, all the raw data is available if you click on the download reports link. So you can go and download the raw data and do a further analysis. We also try to give you like a leaderboard in terms of the employees who are taking up the maximum number of trainings in your organization. And so we tell you like this table will tell you like who are your employees who are leading the charts in terms of certifications, assessments, and examinations, along with details of what trainings that they have taken. Again, this section is only going to be visible if you're an executive report viewer, because this is privileged information, employee information. So make sure that you have the right role set up if you're interested in seeing this data. Similarly, there's also a Microsoft Learn report, which is basically captures performance of your employees of the trainings that they've taken on the Microsoft Learn platform. So the Microsoft Learn platform gives you a plethora of trainings or modules or learning paths that your employees might be taking. So this report summarizes the performance of your employees in terms of the modules and the learning paths that they have taken in the Microsoft Learn platform. So today you would have noticed that under the MPN tab, under the Analyze section, there is already a Microsoft Learn experience that exists today. Now that experience is going away, and after the end of this month, and that is going to be replaced by the report in Insights. That's going to that's going to give you richer experiences around the Microsoft Learn performances for your organization. So here there is a breakdown of module completions by product, by role, and also learning path completions, along with month-on-month trends of number of individuals who have taken modules and learning paths. So moving forward, so as I called out earlier, you might also be striving for a number of competencies. So you might have started working on a few competencies, or you might be active in a certain set of competencies, and you might be getting into risk of maintaining your competencies in the next year, anniversary year. So this report aims to give you the performance of how gives you a glimpse of how you are performing with respect to your competencies. So as you might be familiar, there are various requirements for each competency. And so this gives you a good view of how you're trending towards keeping your competencies. For example, there might be a few competencies that you're active already in. So you could pick a particular competency that might be of interest to you and a particular attainment option, and pick a particular metric that is applicable for that competency. Then you know the month-on-month trend of how you've been performing with respect to that metric. We give you the gold threshold and the silver threshold, and we also help you time box it with respect to the trailing 12 months or the anniversary year. So depending on how you want to look at this data, you can slice and dice it based on these filters here and apply the TTM filter or the anniversary year filter, and you would get a good view of how you're performing with respect to your competencies. Then there's also a section on the history of the competencies that you might have attained or that you might have expired. Just for historical data standpoint, if you want to go back and look at it, then this is your place to go and look at it. Again, all the data you see here, the raw data is also available for export, and so that's something that you should be able to access. The last report that we have is about the benefits. So you might be a partner who has been transacting with Microsoft, and you might have been granted a bunch of benefits that you might from Microsoft. So this report gives you a glimpse of the benefits that have been granted to you, and you can break that down by Azure, by EMS, by Dynamics, by Power BI, or various categories of benefits. And there's also a section around the software benefits that you might have been granted, and you can see some trends around that and just analyze that data. So that's the benefits report. And very soon there's also going to be the customer opportunities report, which is coming up, which basically gives you a glimpse of so this is a report that already exists under the MPN Analyze tab today. So this is a new version of that report. So it gives you upsell recommendations for your small business customers in terms of Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, and Azure. So again, this will have the data export options enabled. So you will be able to go and download the raw data and look at the propensities in great detail. So a couple of enhancements as I called out. So this is a summary of all the reports today, and I know we are running out of time as well. So this is the download reports hub that you see in the left nav here. So if you're interested in the raw data, there are a bunch of data sets that you can go and access at any point in time. So pick a data set that might be of interest to you, select a time frame, and generate that report. And no matter how many customers you're managing, and you might be managing thousands of customers and having hundreds of thousands of rows of data, we will be able to generate that report for you within a matter of a minute, and you will see the data that's available here for download, and you can open this in Excel or load this into your Power BI dashboards and do your own analysis. So over the next few months, we are also working on figuring out how to deliver all of this data programmatically, so that if you have your own analytics system set up, there will be ways in the next few months to a year where you should be able to access all of this data programmatically, so that you can integrate it with your own internal analytics systems. So that's a quick summary of all the reports that exist today. And I know we just have 4 minutes, and sorry about that. So if there are any questions, we're happy to take it right now, or we can also do it over the offline mechanism. That's all I had, Catherine and Andra.
Thanks, Shreyas. And if anyone has any questions, you're free to unmute yourself or and ask, or you can put it in the chat, and our moderators will queue up the questions for Shreyas and I. Thank you.
Mustafa, I believe you had a question, so you can take yourself off mute and ask.
Yeah, hello everyone. Thank you for presentation. I'm about commercial marketplace insights. So we have published our solution is a Power BI and dynamic solution. So I got some insights, but we need to see which keywords searching and after comes our listing page. Is there any chance to see?
Sure. So I'm just trying to make sure I understood your question correctly. So are you referring to the visits on your marketplace listing and you want to see some analytics around that? So I can just start. So there is a section called commercial marketplace that you will see within Partner Center. That's a separate section which is different from insights what we just talked about. So you will see an analyze section there in your account and you should be able to see a bunch of reports there in terms of orders, usage, customers, and there's also a marketplace analytics report that you will find. So that report intends to give you details around the traffic to your listing and conversions and data points like that. Does that answer your question?
Yes, but not completely. I want to see which keywords or which keywords search on marketplace, and then our application comes
Okay.
like SEO analytics.
Okay, sure. So marketplace analytics is one place where you could look at that data. There's also another section that you might see in your Partner Center dashboard under referrals, where there's something called as business profile insights, where you will see some telemetry around the keyword search, which resulted in your listing, or rather in your business profile listing that's showing up. So maybe that might meet your needs. If it still doesn't, please write out your question in the event page, and we'll make sure that we try and answer it. I don't know if I answered your question right now. I'm not sure if I got what you're asking. Did I answer your question?
Thank you. I appreciate it. I will check the referrals. Thank you very much.
Sure. Sounds good.
And I see a question in the chat. We've been experiencing data problems around Office 365 usage not showing up in Insights since July, which you told us would be addressed in October. Is this happening to other partners, or is it just a subset?
Yes, that's a good question. So yes, there is a problem that's affecting all partners where we are not able to provide Office 365 usage data after July 2020. This is affecting all partners, and we are actively working on resolving it. There are a few changes in terms of the metrics that are going to be reported for the Office 365 usage, and being the fiscal year close, there are a bunch of changes going on in the backend, and that is the reason for the delay. And the tentative date for this to be fixed is sometime in early October. So we're actively on it, and we hope to have it resolved at the earliest. So you will see a banner on your Partner Center Insights page, and even on the download reports page, where we have called this out, as you can see on my screen now, and we will remove this banner as soon as it's fixed. And we sincerely apologize for the inconvenience caused here.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, from where I come from, right, I have not seen the insights data. You know, on your left-hand side, I don't have that icon appearing on my Partner Center.
Hello. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. There was a lot of noise.
Okay, so, okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a little better. Yes.
Okay, what I'm saying is I can't see the insights beta icon, you know, from my Partner Center view.
Okay. So there might be another account in your organization that's linked to the MPN ID, or the global MPN ID, which has access to the MPN hub in Partner Center. So most likely your tenant might not be associated with the global MPN ID for your organization. So if you check around within your organization, there might be another Partner Center tenant that you might get access to, which has access to the MPN hub in Partner Center, and which will also have the insights, access to the insights hub in Partner Center. So maybe you're a pure CSP tenant, or you're looking at a CSP account that might not be linked to your global MPN ID. So we'd encourage you to check within your organization and get access to the Partner Center account that has access to the MPN program, and you will see the option in that particular Partner Center login.
Okay, I will check that out.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you, Shreyas, and thank you all for the questions. We are actually a bit over time, so if you still have questions, feel free to either drop them on the Microsoft Partner Community or here in the chat, and we will make sure these are answered. Thank you all for your time, and Catherine and Shreyas, thank you so much for your presentation. We will make sure this recording is posted on the Microsoft Partner Community ASAP. So with that, I will conclude the recording, and I wish you a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, everyone.